Have you ever coached someone who was gay?
I have not coached anyone who's openly gay.
What are your thoughts on open gay and lesbian athletes?
I think it's a non-factor in a locker room. Teams, sports teams train together, they work together, they understand sacrifice, they understand what it takes to execute day to day, and that's what's most important to athletes. In studies I've done, brief studies, and reading about football teams that have operated with openly gay players, it's a non-factor in a locker room. And the fact that on the outer rings, for people that don't understand sports and athletes and locker rooms, the fact that they make it this ultra politicized issue, it's just false, and we're trumping something up that at the very core where it matters, can a homosexual athlete operate in a healthy way on a baseball, basketball, or football team? Well, we've got professional athletes like Troy Vincent who tell us it's a non-factor for them. If I know anything, I know coaches and I know college athletes. I've studied them and their behavior for 15 years. If we had an openly gay player, he would be treated well. He'd be treated like he deserved to be treated, and the fact that he has a different sexual preference wouldn't be an issue for me, for the other coaches, or for the players he's playing with.
So that kind of just takes me on the next question. If you had a gay athlete who was gay, would you treat him differently?
There's no reason to. I will expand on that, and I'll say that the healthy part of a locker room is that locker rooms filter people who lead with certain parts of their personality that they shouldn't. If a guy comes in and he says, I'm ultra macho and I'm going to treat you this way because I'm here, you know, I am from this high school, and because I'm from this high school I deserve this. Locker rooms help people get on the right page. Lead with being a good person, and all of those side parts of your personality, they may be important to you, but are you a good person? Are you a productive person? Are you a good teammate? Locker rooms help, especially freshmen in college, understand that the priority is to be a good teammate. The priority is to do your job well. And if you do that, then the people around you understand it and appreciate it. So, no, you don't get treated differently on a sports team. It's one characteristic of your personality, and it's in perspective. And heck, because it's new, it may even be valued and appreciated, because some guy from across the locker room may not quite understand it, but he'll understand it better, value it better, because he's got a teammate who is openly gay.
If you had an athlete who was gay and they were being discriminated in the locker room and you knew about it, how would you go about the situation?
Oh, you sit down with the three people, or if there's more, there's more, and you start to root out what this is. Now, first you have to define the term. Is it discrimination? Is it a playful joking about some other factor, and the person is offended who happens to be gay? You have to really look at the language and what's being attacked. That's the first thing you do. And then you don't tolerate discrimination of any kind. Do you tolerate joking on a different topic? Yeah, you have to understand that that's going to happen, but you don't tolerate discrimination of any kind in a locker room or anywhere around it.
How would you handle if a player only came out to you telling you he was gay?
I would ask him if I could help him in any way. I'd ask him what he thought this would mean in his place, for his place on the team. I really just try to understand why he was telling me and where he's at in his comfort in his own skin. But I think we would do as coaches what we always try to do: help a young guy understand who he is, and then help him understand how he can be the best at who he is.
Would you encourage him to come out to the team?
That'd be his issue. That'd be his choice. I think I should say better. If he wanted to, he could. That would be his choice 100%.
What are your thoughts on athletes coming out while playing?
Again, it's a non-issue. I think as we talk about communication, if it's done at the right time, at the right place, and in the right way, then it's a team. It truly is a family away from your family. And the same sort of good-natured ribbing and open conversation that happens with a family, where all know that after this talk, everybody's going to really respect and care about each other, that happens there in the locker room. So if somebody wanted to come out, that would be their thought, their time, their prerogative, and it could be a great learning experience for members of a team who don't quite understand. They've never seen it before.
So there's a whole thing going on with Michael Sam about if he should be drafted by his sexuality or his performance. How do you think a player should be based off his sexuality or performance if he's going into a draft or coming into a team?
Well, I'll tell you how he will be judged. The owner of the team is going to ask himself one question: can Michael Sam help us win football games? Will he make us a better team? Because that president doesn't care about the micro issue within that locker room. He cares if it's a healthy locker room, and Troy Vincent and some other NFL football players that have played with openly gay players, they've said in the past it's a non-factor. So the owner knows that. The owner, who has millions of dollars riding on this team, has done that research more than I have, more than you have, more than the people on talk radio have. So he's going to ask himself, is Michael Sams in the end going to make me money? Will he win me football games? Will he make me money? So you could also shine a light on him and say, well, this guy is just a money-grubbing fool. Well, you know, he wants to make money, he wants the health of his business, but he is 100% going to look past what Michael Sam's sexual preference is, because he cares about one thing: is this football team better or worse with or without him?
That's it. Thank you.